Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter, chapter 4, working with tables. This is the continuation of MS Access that we have done in our last class. I have given you introduction of MS Access. Okay, what is Access and what are the features of Access, different components of Access window, and how can we open and save and create a file in a Access. Now we will do table work. How can we make tables in a Access? So open your book, page number 34. Table is a database object which is used to store information in an organized manner. Consists of rows and columns with small rectangles called cells. Rows and columns intersect. You can see this is a table. These rows and columns are referred to as record and fields privately, like Excel. Okay, you have learned about Excel. Like Excel, also we can make tables like this. These tables are also intersection of rows and columns, and intersection of rows and columns becomes one cell. Each cell of data in a table is a part of both a field and a record. Field is a name, unit of information, stored one type of information about all the objects or items. Now there is one, let us recall what is a relational database. We have done earlier. Each field has a data type that determines the type of values that can be stored under it. The type of data contained within a field is described by the title at the top of each field, known as field name. You can see these are the field names, field 1, 2. Field names that you define should give a clear understanding about their contents. It is essential to create a structure for a table before entering data in it. Okay, in Access we have to make first structure for our table. For this, first you have to know about data types. In the Access, there are some data types. We have to restrict that field in that data types only. We have to define data type for every field. Data type are used to declare the fields of a table. Data type determines the type of data particular field can accept. Once the data type is defined, you cannot enter a different type of data in it. If you try to do so, an error message will be displayed. The following table describes the different available data types in MS Access 2007. First data type is text data type. You can see here it is used to store a text combination, text number that does not require calculation such address, phone number. Field with this data type can have maximum of 255 characters. In this field we can enter maximum 255 characters. Okay, in this data type we can enter number as well as alphabets. And second data type is number, stores numeric information that you can use for calculations. If you want to do calculation on that particular field, so we have to select the number data type. Number data type can store integer value as well as decimal values. The maximum size of number field can be 16 bytes. Next data type is memo, store text and numbers up to 65,536 characters. It is used for descriptive fields such as notes, comments and description, etc. If you want to give long description about any field, so we have to select the memo data type. Next is date and time. Store data type information like date of birth, date of joining, date of leaving, etc. The maximum size used by this data type is 8 bytes. Calculations related to dates can be done in this field data type. We want to give date and time for a particular field, so we have to select date and time data field. Next is auto number. It generates a sequential number whenever a new record is added to a table. The value in the auto number field cannot be changed. Okay, it is generate automatically. Store data as 4 bytes value typically used in primary keys. Automatic number, if you given 1, then next record will be coming in the as a second record automatically. Then 3, 4, 5, that number will be generated automatically. Next data type is yes or no. It is used as place where the field can have only one possible value. It can be either true or false, yes or no, or on and off. For example, student can either be a male or female. For this we can select yes or no data field. Next is OLE object data type. It stands for object linking and embedding. It is used to embed an object created in another application such as Microsoft Word document, Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint into the Access table stored up to second 2 GB of data. Next is hyperlink. If you want to link the field with another field or another object, so we can select the hyperlink data type. You can store link to web pages, website, files on an intranet or LAN on your computer. It stores up to the 1 GB of data. Next data type is lookup wizard. Has to create a field whose value are chosen from the values in another table, query or a list. By default, Access sets lookup wizard field to a number data type. Next is attachment. This data type allows you to attach images, spreadsheet file, documents, chart, and other types of supported files to the record in your database. Much similar to the manner you attach file to emails. Next is calculated. This data type used when a user creates table field that calculate values. Calculations can include values from field in the same table as well as built-in access. This data type is used mostly in case of queries, forms, and tables. Next is rich text. Combination of text numbers can be formatted using color and font controls. Now let us discuss about text data type versus memo. Text data type is short range of data we can enter, and memo data type for descriptive fields. Next point is views of a table. How can we view table in different forms? You can work on a table in two views, design view and datasheet view. First is design view. We have to design a field name with the restricted data types also. In design view of the table, you can enter the field name and their data types and description. Design view is divided into two parts. Field grid pane. In this pane, you can define the field name, their data types and description. Now this is the property pane. This section used to set properties for the field defined in the table. Next view is datasheet view. In this view, you can enter in a table. When you double click the table name in the navigation pane, it opens the table in the datasheet view. Next view is switching between views. Access allows you to switch from one view to another by following either in two panes. So you can see the view option, view group, home tab, change the desired view. In the design view or datasheet view buttons at the right corner of the status bar also. So you can save the file. Now there is let's know more point for you. You can also create a table by selecting the table design option in the tables group. New table opens in the design view. Next is creating a table. How can we create a table in different ways? Table can be created in different ways. They are table with design view, table by using templates, and tables in datasheet view. In this chapter, you will learn how to create a table in design view. For this view lets you design the structure of a table by specifying the field name, data types, and their properties. Next, follow the given steps to create a table. First, in table window, you can see click on Create tab, Tables and Tables group. New table will be created in the database. Next, click on the View button drop down arrow in the Views group and choose Design View. Okay. First saver dialog box will appear and define the table name over here and click on OK. Now you can see these three columns: field name, data type and description. Blank table will be open design view displaying the three columns: name, field name, data type and description. New tab name design appears in the ribbon. Now Access automatically creates a primary key and assign a field name, ID and the data type auto number automatically. Okay, you will notice that a key symbol appears next to the field. It means enter the name for the field name column. Next, press tab key to move to the data type. By default, text appears in the data type column. Rule number. Click on the drop down arrow that appears when you click the data type field. You can see the list. Then select the desired data type from the displayed list. Press the tab key for description. In this column, you can give any comment related to the field. This is optional. If you cannot do, you can leave it blank. Tab again, then field name in the next row. You have to type. Repeat this process until you create all the required fields of a table. Set their property. Quick view for you. Ctrl+W to save the changes and close the. Now field name can have up to 64 characters including space. Now there is one note for you. Fields can be added or deleted later on in a table by opening the table in Design view. Design tab, select the Insert Row option in the Tools group. New blank row will be inserted. At the selected position, define the name, then data type and properties for the new field. To delete any row, select the row and click on Design tab, Tools group and Delete Rows button for deleting any row. Now there is another, let's know more. Field property is an attribute that defines field appearance and behavior within a database. Okay children, now we have done page number 34, 35 and 36. Next topic, primary key, we will do in our next class. Now I will give you homework.